Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Crickbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
It's Crickbuzz Chatter with Adam Collins and Mike Hussey after the first day at Sydney. A truncated day, a truncated Crickbuzz Chatter as a consequence, with Mike having to dash off to do TV commentary on the Big Bash League due to all the rain, 4 rain interruptions. We got the 3 for 126 Australia at the close of play. Probably honours to England on the basis that they took 2 quick wickets towards the end of play today, Mike. And their veteran quicks in Broad and Anderson were both part of it. Then Mark Wood with his intervention, getting Marnus Labuschagne for the second time in the space of a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think at the end of the day, England will be pretty happy getting those late wickets. Australia did well at the start. I thought the ball was moving around quite a lot, and David Warner and Marcus Harris looked good. Got to a 50-run start. And we thought, oh, here we go again. But David Warner got a good start, but then got out Stuart Broad again. It's got him for the 13th time now in Test cricket. Similar mode of dismissal as well. So that just gave England a bit of a sniff. And I thought, wow, this is, they're back in the game. And but then sure enough, Labuschagne and Harris looked pretty comfortable out there for a while until England turned it again. And it was, of course, the old pro in Jimmy Anderson to get things going again for England. So I think they'll be pretty happy at the end of the day. It's going to be a crucial first hour tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. 111 for one it was at one stage, a 51-run opening stand, a 60-run stand for the second wicket. And that Anderson moment came after he got the ball changed. Often it takes a bit of momentum to get the umpire to change the ball, but Anderson was successful at the first time of asking. And it wasn't long after that that he got himself in the book. And then, as we mentioned before, Mark Wood picking up Labuschagne late. Labuschagne, since Lords in 2019, hadn't had a first innings score in Test cricket under 47 until last week. And in consecutive Test matches, it's been Mark Wood nicking him off. I mean, they've played Wood well through the series. And by them, I mean the England selectors. Whenever he's been in the team, he's looked dangerous.
Oh, I think he's looked really dangerous whenever he's played. Probably should have tried to play more, really. Yeah, he's got good pace, great competitor, and he's been unlucky, to be fair. He could have easily have picked up more wickets when he has played. So you sort of get the feeling that there's a big haul for him just around the corner. But you're right about the ball. I think it was clever from England to get the ball changed. But, there was a bit of moisture around, obviously, with those rain delays, and it might have been a bit of moisture in the ball. It might have softened it a little bit, certainly put it out of shape. But the new ball, it seemed harder. And it certainly carried a lot more, and maybe didn't get much movement, but just having that extra sort of hardness in the ball helped the carry. But I think it also it seemed a lot harder, and so it gave England a chance to get back into the game, I think.
Yeah, a bit of extra zip there, certainly noticeable, detectable. Maybe that moisture on the surface helped them in that endeavour as well. I mean, Stephen Smith and Usman Khawaja are there tomorrow morning. We'll come to that in a moment. But just the way that England were able to hang in there, it's been a bit of a pitfall of England that once things turn against them in the test we've seen so far, that it all falls away. But by contrast today, it felt as though they were relatively galvanised. They took all of their chances. It's been a big thing for England. And even though at one stage there was a couple of nearly half chances around the corner with Labuschagne, they didn't give up the ghost. And we know how crucial he's been to laying the foundation for Australia throughout the course of this series.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. And maybe it comes down to the experience of the English attack, having the 2 old war horses, Broad and Anderson, working together, having that experience on the field just to keep the bowling attack calm. Say, look, let's not panic. Let's just keep it simple. Let's be patient. Let's be disciplined. There's enough in this pitch if we're good enough and stay good enough for long enough. And, they did. They did that. It looked like Australia were building a couple of good partnerships there, ready to take the game away from England. And I was really impressed with the way they stuck at it. And they got their due rewards at the end of the day. And I think it really leads to a fascinating day tomorrow.
All right, let's jump into the hotspot. Huss, a playful hotspot today. The Sydney weather, 4 rain delays, and it seems to be a massive feature whenever we come to this grand old ground at the SCG that it is marred by rain. It was so frustrating for the thousands of people, 25,000 people who showed up for day one, but it's happening every year.
I know, it's so annoying. It seems like we get here for the New Year's test and there's always seems to be rain around in Sydney. It's annoying for everyone. Annoying for the players. They want to get out there and play. It's annoying for the ground staff coming on and off the field all the time. Annoying for the fans. As you mentioned, they would have been desperate to see some good test cricket. So really frustrating for everyone, but you can't control the weather. You just got to, do the best they can. They tried to get as much cricket as they could, and at least we got to see some today.
And pressing fast forward. fast forward, all I can think about is that roar that Usman Khawaja got this evening, coming out batting in the short sleeve sweater, just as he did when you were playing with him here 11 years ago on Test Debut against England. That wonderful homecoming today at age 35, another opportunity and a big chance tomorrow to bat when it's usually the best at Sydney on day 2.
Yeah, I agree. It was a lovely ovation for Uzi when he came out to bat, and but I'm sure it wouldn't have helped his nerves. It was a tough situation there. England were bowling well. They knew that they had a chance to, get a couple more Australian wickets. And I thought him and Steve Smith negotiated that last tricky period quite well. They'll be relieved to get through tonight, but you're right. They've got a big job tomorrow. They've got to build a big partnership for Australia. England will know they're in the game. If they can pick a couple up in that first hour tomorrow, they'll feel like they're on top and they can bowl Australia out and be ahead in a test match for once in this series. So it should be a fascinating first hour tomorrow. Can't wait for it. And both teams will sort of be really on tenterhooks, I think.
Let's hope so, Huss. We'll let you go to the Big Bash. Follow everything on the Crick Buzz live blog on the scorecards through the day. And at Stumps, you'll be with me on Crick Buzz Chatter. Until then, good night from Sydney.